What is an exceptionally popular series in Japan, Taiko no Tatsujin hasn't been a prominent title in the West. The core audience of players who enjoy this series has been subjected to importing the game or finding an arcade that houses one of its cabinets. Recently, Bandai Namco has been localizing the series for Western players, albeit without making it too easy to acquire the game's physical drum. Now, the publisher has brought Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythmic Adventure Pack to Switch. And through its quirky stories and a large list of playable songs, the game probably won't make any new fans of the series. Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythmic Adventure Pack is 2 games, Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythmic Adventure 1 and 2. Each game can be selected to play from the main menu, but doesn't have to be played in order. However, the sequel's advancements will probably make it difficult to enjoy the first entry, so I suggest starting your adventure there. In Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythmic Adventure, we meet the lovable duo Don and Katsu, as they try to celebrate a Taiko festival when they follow an anxious rabbit looking for a missing friend, a pocket watch named Tiki. It turns out that an evil time-traveling group of baddies has accessed the power of Tiki and are looking to disrupt the flow of time, so Don and Katsu set out with the rabbit to put a stop to them. The adventure leads them through different eras where they'll meet new friends and explore new environments. The entire adventure is super basic and almost too easy to a fault. While making your way around, you'll trigger random events where you'll have to drum to a song to launch attacks. The problem with this mechanic is that something is just off with the shuffling because I played what seems to be the same 3 tracks over and over in each area. The game's adventure elements are decent as the exploration is rewarded with items, but strangely, I rarely had to use any items throughout the game. Still, they're there to make the games easier with healing, strengthening, and leveling up items available. The game turns into a mindless adventure where each new area plays out pretty much the same way. You meet a new character, they join up with you, and you fight one of the bad guys at some point. Taiko no Tatsujin Adventure 2 clears up many of the pain points of its predecessors as the duo gets wrapped up in another time-traveling adventure. However, this time you can see the enemies on the field, environments aren't as straightforward, and you can use certain characters to access areas. The story scenes have also been improved with more animations. Throughout both games, the main stories aren't that important, which made it interesting that they didn't include a skip option for these moments. Furthermore, although the improvements made to the second game are welcome across all fronts, the fact that in both games you simply play the same tracks multiple times and only really get through the first verse until the fight is over makes things a little repetitive. I would have found myself disconnected even more from this adventure if these characters just weren't so damn cute. The game is so lighthearted and easy to digest that it's painless while playing. You're constantly progressing, which alleviates any frustration of lack of direction. One cool feature in each title is that you can enlist monsters that will fight on your team. I never really saw its benefits in battle, but each character has their own stats and level. Additionally, you can acquire costumes that raise certain party member stats, so creating a themed team could work in your favor. Lastly, on the campaigns, during rhythm battles, you have to hit on-screen beats to make attacks, but missing them can prolong the battles. It's rare that I ever ran out of HP in a fight, but if you get to the end of the song without defeating the enemy, you'll get a draw and just move on. Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythmic Adventure Pack comes down to what it mainly wants to offer, a quirky rhythm game. Luckily for series fans, the game allows you to play any track you want across multiple difficulties. This is where I'd recommend importing the physical drum because it makes the world of a difference when it comes to precision taiko gameplay. Each track included on both games is great, with some even from popular anime. The adventures in the game aren't very memorable, but they only last about 5 hours each to complete, with the sequel expanding on many of the systems, with elements like crafting and ways to form a battle party on 3 different planes properly. The modes offered outside of the campaign are what many fans will want, but sadly, I think this limits it to the already established niche group of followers. Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythmic Adventure Pack is a quirky and adorable game that I wasn't expecting to come west. The adventure itself is almost complete nonsense, and the gameplay is more mindless than it is fun, but the large list of playable tracks and the fun cast of characters make it charming in the most obscure way. I wouldn't say it's for everyone, but it's also a game about talking taiko drums, so I don't know what else I'd expect. Noisy Pixel is giving Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythmic Adventure Pack a 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Please read the full review at noisypixel.net. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all our future content.